Today is December 2nd, and here's today's agenda. Uh, Today was our first day looking at our game for the Wave unit. So here's the website. It is mprince3.wix.com / Master of the Waves. And what you'll do is scroll through, use this time or use this as an opportunity to check the different things that the website has to offer. I'll do a quick overview so that you have an idea of what we did today and what you need to do in case you missed school today. All right, so here we have our objectives, and these are going to be the standards. So when you click the button, it'll take you to the actual standard or of things that we need to accomplish for the next several weeks. Anywhere you see a Voki, you should click on the play button so that you can hear the information that is being provided. Of course, make sure you read through everything. Here are all the links to all the resources that I use typically in class. Whenever you see these characters, that means you have a big challenge or a big quest coming up that you need to work on. So you want to make sure that you do all the activities preceding these different quests. I'll put snapshots of you being busy in class, doing things to help you get all the experience points that you need, or XPs. And we have a leaderboard, and I'll show you that in just a second. Here are all the different tabs that you'll need to go through. Home, this is your home page. Then we have the storyline. So your job is to save our Earth, and you're going to have to help world leaders figure out which is more important, light or sound. So read through the material, and you have again some more Vokis to help you along the way. If you need my help, I am considered your HQ or headquarters. Just send the information through here and I will get back to you. Then we have the toolkit. And these are the things that you'll need in class for the most part every day. One thing that I didn't put on here, but you will need especially for the videos, would be headphones with your mobile devices or with the netbooks in the classroom. So just make sure you always have a pair of headphones. I do not have enough headphones in the class to share with everybody. As a matter of fact, I think I only have one pair of headphones, extra pair of headphones in the class, and we can't pull the ones from the computer lab. So just be mindful, if you have a pair of headphones, please bring them to school when you have your devices, if you plan on using devices. The textbook is live, so when you click on it, it'll take you to the textbook, and you can use the username and password provided in class. We've set up our Google accounts, but if you did not get through that process, the information is here, especially if you were out when we did it, then it's here. Some people already had a Gmail, and so they already activated their information. Your score sheet is something you should work on between today and Thursday, or at least definitely by Friday have it set up so we can start getting your points on. And then My Big Campus and Edmodo, those are the websites we typically use, so I just made you some quick links. The unit guide we passed out today, and then your agent badge, which is something we'll work on in class or at home. That's totally up to you. Let me just give you a quick snapshot of the score sheet. And the score sheet looks like this. You will, of course, once you log into Google, because this is the only way this will work, you can make a copy of it, and I have directions on how to do that. And you'll be able to put your points in once we've confirmed that you've done the assignment. Then you have the unit guidelines. The one you received in class is just really a guideline. If there are updates made to it, you can always check to see what the updates are on the website, since this one is the live version. And then again, you have your agent badge, which I believe is the directions or is the actual template, and the directions will be provided as well. For the directions, we'll continue in the toolkit, but we hit the quest directions option, and you'll see a number of items that pop up. let me just refresh the page here, and there we go. Here's the directions for your score sheet. So the agenda directions are also available, not the agenda, but the agent badge directions are also available through one of the quests. So we'll talk about that in just a second. All right, here are your quests, and they're all not live, just the first one's live. And when you click it, in each case you'll have your own hotel room, and in your hotel room will be a number of items that you can click on. I'm still in the process of adding things, and of course your peers are coming up with ideas that they'd like to see me add to it. So as I get those ideas, I will incorporate them so that you have a number of things that you can do to get the number of points that you need. Here are all your villains hanging out in the room. So you'll need to make sure that you want to get through all these other activities first before tapping onto the villains, because those are usually quizzes or assessments. If you didn't create your avatar, this is going to be the final reminder in Quest 1. And again, if you didn't create your agent badge, this will also be your other final reminder to set that up. And on the very first quest will be an introduction on things that you need to do, or basically how to get around the room. Okay? After the quest, you have your media. I've included some of my notes, and if I ever have notes, I will just jot them here. Most of my notes will consist of words and pictures, and it will capture pretty much what the topic is. You're more than welcome to print out your own copy if you need. Then we have videos. Of course, this is a growing list, so if you come across a video that you think would be really nice to share with your peers, just let me know and I will add it to this list that we have already. And then I have, of course, simulations. What would a game be without some actual games? So there are some activities to go through on each topic. You, of course, will not want to hit the links that apply to the topic you're working on. So if you're working on color, then you would need to hit this link because that's specific to color. If you're working on sound, then any link that's related to sound would be the activities you work on. This particular one has several activities in it, so just be mindful that it can be anything on light and sound just because there's so many here. Then we have the leaderboard. This is still a work in progress. But here are the avatars that you guys have created so far. These particular players that will be listed here indicate students who are showing growth. So these are not the top players, but the players who've shown the most growth. By period, you'll see your top players in the leaderboard section, which will be posted in the area here. It's under for each class period. So this will be updated hopefully in the next week once we start getting in our points and we set up our score sheets and get that information submitted to me. Then I can go ahead and get that process going. And then of course I'll pick a player of the week, and this is going to be someone who stands out among all of the classes combined. So whoever stands out will be posted, featured here for the week. So this one won't be tied to who has the highest points, but who is definitely doing their best to be the best in everything that they're doing in terms of coming into the class, getting their work done, being a student leader in the classroom, and as we not only challenge each other and compete against each other, but just be a leader for one another. So that's that. And then if you have questions, these would be questions that would help everybody, so they're more general than what you would send to the headquarters. Headquarters would be specific questions. If you're stuck somewhere, you send that to me, but general questions that may help everybody would go here, and at the bottom of this page you just add those questions, and when I see them between 24 and 48 hours, I will go ahead and upload them to the list of questions here. So don't be afraid to send your questions in. As I get them, I will get them answered, and all you have to do is return back to this page to see what the answer is to your question. The last page would be the credits, and you can take time to look through that. There's some students to thank for their help in making sure that we could get to this point. So please give them a high five in the hallways. Okay, so that is it. The first thing you need to do is make sure you have created your avatar. Those directions were also posted on Edmodo, but you can also click in again your toolkit to get squared away. You want to make sure you set up your score sheet. Those directions were also posted in Edmodo. If you were not in class, I made those available through the links, so just check there. And again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. Bye now.